What's up, guys? Will H Tech Review, and today I want to talk about the iPhone XR versus the Samsung Galaxy Note 9. So I want to talk about which one of these devices that I prefer more than the other. Now, what prompted me to make this video? I was at work the other day, and there was some guys in there talking about phones, and they were trying to look up something on their device. The guy that was starting to look for something on his device was using an iPhone. So the next guy over, he was having problems looking up whatever he was trying to find. And the next guy over said, well, if you didn't have that sorry bleep 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 iPhone and you had this Samsung like I got, then you could get stuff done. So in my mind, I thought, which one do I really like the best? So that's why I decided to make this video and see if I can come to a conclusion for myself which one is better. So I jotted down a few things on my tablet back there, and they're not in any specific order, but we're gonna take a look at it and see what we got. So when I'm out and about, I'm a tech guy that like techs and phones and stuff. I pay a lot of attention to what type of phone people have. Most people could care less what somebody has, but if you guys know, if you're watching this video, you're probably the same way, you pay attention. So I see a lot more iPhones than I do Samsungs, but this is catching up rapidly. Most of my co-workers, the majority of them will have iPhone devices, and some are moving over to Android, but mostly everywhere I go, I pay attention, is mostly iPhone. So let's start off talking about, now I'm not gonna be giving the specs and all that stuff. I'm just gonna be talking real world, everyday use of these devices. So as you can see, I have the iPhone XR in that clean white. I like to say the clean white because it looks really good and it stays clean. I don't see a lot of fingerprints and stuff like that. And then I have the boss over here, the Samsung Galaxy Note 9. And I have this in that black, and it looks great. Really like that black color. So what I want to start off talking about is the battery on both of these. Since we use these all day long, a lot of times when we leave the house, we're gone all day, and that's what we have in our pockets to communicate, to do social media, to look things up, just to do all our things we want to do. We got our phones. Some people will take their tablets and stuff like that, but the majority of people just have these. So battery life on these, they're about equal. I'm gonna say they're both equal. I get six hours average screen time on my iPhone XR, and I'm getting the same amount on this device too. Now that battery life is gonna always be subjective. It's gonna be how you use your phone to determine how much battery life you're gonna get out of it. Now, if you're gonna be on social media and playing videos and things of that nature all the time, then you're not gonna get that much battery life. It's not gonna be 6 hours. Yours gonna be vary from time to time from what the next person gets. So battery life is kind of a wash on this. So they both have face detection, as you can see. Let me go back, and they both work pretty good. Let me turn, I'm behind the camera here. But the iPhone got me right away, as you can see. And here, let's do the Note 9. Behind the camera, as you can see, it worked almost just as fast. The one that's more accurate is gonna be the iPhone XR for me, because in the dark and the bright sunlight, always, it pretty much gets my face every time. This is actually pretty good. Now I'm wearing glasses and it still picks me up, so I'm very impressed with the Note 9 as far as the facial recognition, iris scanner, whatever they're calling that. Like I said, this is not gonna be a specs breakdown. I'm just talking to you about how I use them every day. So the speakers, both have dual speakers. Both have a speaker here in the earphone, and they have one at the bottom. This phone has a deeper, richer sound to me, and this one doesn't. When I turn on Dolby Atmos with the Dolby Atmos, then that's just my opinion, but they both are great. So if you're getting it for the speakers, you're not gonna be disappointed by either one of them. both have great sound and they produce. So the next thing I want to talk about is the size of the devices. As you can clearly see right here, this is going to be smaller, more pocketable, more manageable in your pocket than this. Some people like the big screens, they like the big devices. They want to feel like they're getting what they paid for, and the size of a device or the feel of it sometimes helps to determine that factor. But as you can see also, this has a 6.4 inch display. This one has a 6.1 inch display. This one is AMOLED. This is the liquid retina. And a lot of people are saying that it's not as good of a display as this one. Well, and as you can see here, they both look good. And you can see the difference at times with the blacks on this one, but overall, to me, they both have great displays. This one's not an AMOLED display, but it's still good. And like I said, I'm not going to sit here and say you can't tell the difference, but you can. But this is more than adequate for most people, and for me, it's good. So let's go on. We've just talked about the screens, so that's what we talked about, the display. As far as phone calls, they both sound okay. I have had people tell me that it sounded like I was in a tunnel or covering up the bottom of the phone or something like. With this one, nobody's ever said anything about. So phone calls is gonna have to go to the Note 9 for me, and that's what it is. So the next thing we want to talk about is the OS. So you got Apple's ecosystem here. It's kind of locked in. If you're within the Apple ecosystem, you got the Mac, you got the iPad, you got all your other stuff, then you're going to be completely satisfied with this. With Android, it's more open. Some people can't be locked down by, Apple. So it's not as open as this, where you can go on the internet and just download a song if you want. No problem with the Android side of it. I'm perfectly fine with both of them. This one works really good. The apps are really good on Apple. These are catching up. They're smoother over here as far as apps and things. I have less crashes over here. And these apps are pretty good. Gaming is a little bit better to me over here than over here, but they both are good. So let's go to some of the features. Well, of course, we know the Note 9 is a beast because it has this one advantage right here, the S Pen, and that takes your game to a whole new level. When you got an S Pen on your device, it makes you more productive. Now, a lot of things you can do with this device here. They're both powerful processors, and both of them. iPhone is testing out the water as far as that A12 Bionic chip in there, and this one's running the Snapdragon 845, which both of them are great and powerful. But for me, for production, if I'm going to go around with this device here, then I'm going to be using my S Pen for a whole lot of things, and I'm trying to be productive. With this phone right here, I'm going to take it. I'm going to do a lot of social media for that day. I'm going to do some YouTubing, just web browsing and things of that nature. With this one, I'm going to be doing a lot more business type stuff with the Note 9. So as far as popularity, I just kind of went over that earlier. I think this one is a little bit more popular than Apple is a little bit more popular than Samsung, but in my eyes, just seeing people every day, I see more of those. So as far as features, this one has the swipe gestures on it. So if you like this kind of stuff here, where you can just go in and swipe things away, and you have the display is almost full length of the screen. You do have that big notch there, where this one has bezels at the top and the bottom, and kind of, you don't have that swipe gesture, which is a little bit more fun to me, the swiping that I've gotten used to. No home button. This one does have a power button you can use for a fingerprint scanner. You do have your heart rate monitor there. Both of them have great cameras on them. Take great video. You're not going to be disappointed with that. And that's just some of the things that I wanted to talk about, guys, on these devices. I'm probably leaving out some stuff, but this is just a few things that I jotted down. So which one do I like better out of the two? That was a question that was posed at the beginning of the video. Well, it goes like this. I said it earlier, for social media, checking emails, watching videos, just kind of chilling out, then I'm going to take the iPhone. When I want something small in my pocket, then I'm going to take the iPhone. When I'm trying to do other stuff that's more business related or doing different things like that, whether it be, now I use this to edit my videos. Don't do a lot of fancy editing, but I use this to create thumbnails. I use this to screenshot. Just a lot of things that I use my S Pen for, then I'm going to use this device for that day. So for me, the one that I like the best is going to be the one that I have in my pocket for that day. I'm sorry, guys, but I'm just telling it like it is. I have both of them. I'm blessed enough to have them both. So the one that I like the best is the one that I'm carrying that day, and that's how I'm going to leave it. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch y'all in the next video. Will H, I'm out of here. Happy holidays.